What is going on, everyone? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. This is our top 10 hottest selling comics of the week, our weekly video series brought to you by PopCultureZone.com. Before we get into this week's top 10 books, don't forget to check out PopCultureZone.com's. Their links are below. Check them out if you're interested in getting your hands on some awesome exclusive and incentive variants at affordable costs, CGC slabs, and of course all different kinds of pop culture items, including toys and statues. And if you're buying raw books, they ship at a flat rate fee of only $4.99. Pop Culture Zone is also on eBay, where they still hold a 100% customer feedback rating with over 8,000 ratings this year alone. So again, those links are below to their website and their eBay store. Check them out and make sure you follow them on eBay as well.
How can I not pick a book that has to do with the Multiverse of Madness trailer? So of course my number one pick is New Avengers number 7.
Boom.
First appearance of the Illuminati. Most of us watched the trailer, and if you haven't, I'm going to spoil the trailer. Sorry. We saw Doctor Strange walking into this, I don't know if you would call it like a parliament type room with the high ceilings and you know, the chairs similar to like that of a council. And we saw in the shadows people sitting on these chairs. And as he was walking in, we heard a voice stating something along the lines of, maybe we should tell him the truth. And boy, did that voice sound like Patrick Stewart. So let the frenzy begin. The Illuminati. Now, we got some other stuff going on in this trailer that people are just fishing for, Jeff. But when it comes to the Illuminati, I think that that's probably the most feasible spec coming out of this trailer.
I agree. Saul Marshall's messing around, I think, but he's hoping it's Infinity Watch for your
yes. Somebody else said Council of Kings. Council of Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would see, here's the thing. I would actually believe that more than Illuminati if we didn't hear Patrick Stewart's voice right when Doctor Strange was walking in.
Well, according to Patrick Stewart, it's not his voice.
According.
Yeah.
According. I'm not even.
He's been talking to Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, it's probably, you're right. So look, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at this book. I am very cautious as we usually state, Jeff, about those 9.8s though. And if you guys caught my live stream I did on Friday with Swaggle and Ryan from Automatic Comics, we talked about how if you see a book getting hot and somebody's paying $700 for that book in 9.8 because of speculation, go out there and see what you could find for $700 in a 9.8.
I mean, I already brought this up. You can buy a lot of Thunderbolts.
Exactly. Thunderbolt. Well, too. But yeah, I mean, so, you know, that's what he likes into the T-Bolts. So, but I mean, you can, I mean, just a last year, you could find a 9.8 Wolverine #1 limited series for under $700 in a 9.8. You can't right now. It's above the $1,000 mark. But I'm just using that as reference. Like, if you're really trying to invest in something, and I would have to assume that most people that go out there 9.8 keys that are going to cost you hundreds of dollars, I'm assuming that you absolutely care about the investment. If you don't, I don't know why you're blowing that kind of money unless you're just a high roller. You got to really ask yourself, there's so much else that you could buy that has the staying power, that has the precedent on the market to say, I am maybe a blue chip key, or maybe not even a blue chip key, but a key comic that has, you know, showed that on the market through the years, I can continue to increase in value. If I had $700, I would not touch this book. What I would do is I would go find a high grade raw and do my best to try to clean and press it and submit it to CGC for a 9.8. Even if I had to pay $100 for that raw book. And if it came back at 9.6, I would still be happier than spending $700 on a 9.8 CGC right now. Because I'm going to tell you this, folks. If it's not the Illuminati and Doctor Strange, this book is going to drop decently quick. Now, I don't think it's going to, fall off the face of the earth, because I do believe that the Illuminati at some point is going to show up in the MCU if we're not already seeing it set up. I do. But if they don't show up, if that isn't Illuminati, or at least introducing more of us saying, yep, this is going to be the Illuminati, this book is going to cool off. Just be careful, folks. But I want to end on this note, Jeff. We got, and if you look at the top 10 again, and you got this new character, Red Panther, who I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about. I didn't educate.
I think it's actually a suit. I could be wrong. I think it's T'Chilla's new suit, but anyways.
Yeah, and we don't even, the Red Panther isn't even a technical name that's been given. So, but we got all these new characters showing up in comics. We got all this speculation going on from TV shows and movies. Here's the thing, folks. If you guys want to speculate because you want to either flip or you want to get rich, maybe not get rich, but you want to maximize your return on investment. Here's the best tip that I can give you. Buy any book of the first appearance of any character that nobody's talking about, if it's Marvel. Buy any single book of a first appearance of a character that nobody's talking about, because there's a lot of books out there that you could probably get in the dollar bins, maybe for under $5 or even under $10, from all ages, even some Silver Age books that you could probably find in a nice grade, mid-grade for $10, $15. Bronze, copper, modern, any character. At this point, it could be Peter Parker's roommate from some run in the 80s that he had who knows? Find it in a dollar bin. Buy it for $2. Buy a couple copies for a couple bucks each. Because at this point, Marvel is going to introduce so many people in the MCU. So many people. And the way that people are speculating on these books, you will probably have a better ROI spending a few hundred or maybe even a couple $1,000s going and buying a bunch of random first appearance comics nobody's talking about than dropping, $100 on a raw copy of Black Panther #3, or the Jack, I don't know, I was going to say the Jackpot comic that got hot.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What are some of the other ones? People were dropping over $500 on a second print first full appearance of Bishop because a YouTuber talked about it. And I'm not being a YouTuber. I'm just saying, but that's how we react. So again, you can probably have a better ROI going and doing that, because guess what? If 70% of them never come to fruition, the other 30% that do, the way that even if they don't come to fruition, if we even spec on them, if there is a rumor or there's a YouTuber talking about it, you could probably flip those books and make a larger amount than waiting until these books hit the top 10s, waiting until a YouTuber talks about it, waiting for a trailer and then pausing it and taking still frames and blowing them up, trying to find out, is that Monica?
Is it Superior Iron Man?
Is it Superior Iron Man? Is it Robert Downey Jr.'s character in freaking
Tom Cruise confirmed? Come on.
Tom Cruise, is it? Oh my goodness. So
here's a good point. Louis Logics, does it really matter if Wanda kills them all? Which is a possibility, by the way. We may never see them again. They may not be, Yep. So that's a very good point, because I will bring this up as well. The storyline, One Moment in Time, the Spider-Man storyline, which got super hot when that Spider-Man trailer came out. Those books have cooled off completely, and they won't be anywhere near what they were. Granted, they were not $700 for a 9.8, but they were really if people were FOMOing out over those books. So just think, kind of get yourself to forward think, right? Forward thinking is kind of crucial in this, because again, Illuminati, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? If you want to spend $700 on a 9.8, Chris and I have always said, if it's worth it to you, You should do it if you can afford it, and it's not going to put you out, of course. But guys, just think about it though. If you're looking to flip it for double your money, I mean, it could happen. Yeah. I wouldn't bet on that in my opinion.
I mean, and just think of it like this. Even just a year ago, or a couple years ago, let's take Endgame. Let's take after Endgame, or maybe even after Far From Home. We could anybody that collects comics, that cares about the speculating on who's going to show up in the MCU, and uses that, as a stepping stool to how they collect and invest. Especially in Marvel, anybody that's in that position should be able to sit down, maybe pull up their phone or their laptop and just go to Marvel Wiki, or maybe just go through their collection, look through your boxes, say, okay, what's happened in the MCU thus far? Where are we at? How's it going to move forward? Who do I think could show up? And at that point, you could have done Monica Rambeau, Illuminati, Riri, Kamala, the Novas, all the cosmic people, Quasar, Nova, okay. We know at that point, you knew Fantastic Four's coming. Who are some of the people that have came and been introduced in Fantastic Four books, even villains, and just sort it out, see what's affordable, and buy it and hold instead of waiting, because you could have sat there and spent, I'm telling you, for the $700 that you just spent on that 9.8 New Avengers #7 2 years ago, if you were actually sitting saying, what can the MCU do in the future, you could have bought decently high grades of New Avengers #7, Kate Bishop's first appearance, even Nova #1 from his 70 series, the 76 I think is when that series came out. You could have got a nice grade of that book for like $30 back then. You could have took that $700 and diversified your purchases, and you would have been sitting on a lot more right now when you're talking about return on investment. I mean, it's just, and look, it's not, don't think that, oh, well, I missed out. You may have missed out on this, but that's what I'm telling you. We still don't have a Fantastic Four movie. We still haven't dove into the horror stuff. We know Blade's coming. That's why I keep telling you guys, in Moon Knight, but look at, Moon Knight's another one.
You may as well jump into Moon Knight. With that $700, you can buy a lot of Moon Knight.
Oh my God, you could have done so much. You could have bought Moon Knight's.
You still can.
You could have bought his second appearance. You could have bought his first solo issue. So you could have bought the first appearance of Midnight Man for literally like $4.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, there's still so much more to be introduced in the MCU. Their catalog is tremendous. It's huge. So look at what they're doing right now and sit and think. And that's why I've been telling people for the last year, X-Men, folks. If you really care about, there's so much goodness out there with X-Men that you can really buy for cheap right now. Like I'm telling you, if they introduce Nimrod, whose first appearance was, what was it? Uncanny 189, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Nimrod, who was like the superior, Sentinel that they sent from the future to neutralize the X-Men. I don't want to see people whose number one goal, look, of course, collect what you like, collect what you love. If you don't like X-Men, don't buy X-Men. But it's those people that sit in this hobby and dish out money because they want to speculate and that they're mad because they missed out. I don't want to hear you guys complain. I'm telling you right now, you can go to your LCSs right now and find the first appearance of Nimrod, probably in a solid grade for under $5. But when we get rumor or speculation or a trailer, or we see Nimrod in the MCU and people are paying $400 for his first appearance in a 9.8 and the raw copy is going for $40, $50, $60, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.